Welcome to Spooky TV. So the internet has been catching on fire of late because apparently the game recently did an interview with Norris Drink Champs in which he said that Kanye West has done more for him in a matter of weeks than Dr. Dre did for him for the entire duration of his career. Now a lot of persons are being like that can't be real, you know what I mean? The game is just bitter because he didn't perform at the Super Bowl alongside Dr. Dre. You know what I mean? So that's why he's saying that. No, the game recently released a song with Kanye West called Easy, and the song actually charted at number 49 on the Billboard charts. You know what I mean? So it kind of gave the game a career resurrection. You know what I mean? But some people want to act like the game is not a legend in the music industry because sometimes he really keeps up a lot of shenanigans within the music industry, and some people are rubbed negatively because of his name drops or his constant beefing with people. However, withstanding all of that, like, don't use that to disregard this man's career and act like he's not one of the greatest. It's like when people have a problem with R. Kelly's life outside of music, and they try to pretend that he's not one of the greatest R&B singers of all time, if not the greatest. You know what I mean? So outside of the beef thing that game gets itself into, the game is actually a legend. You know what I mean? And a lot of persons, if you have never been to other countries outside of the United States, you can't speak on the career of Game. You know what I mean? Game supersedes just California or United States. He is an international star. You know what I mean? The game has several songs that have broken barriers outside of the United States. You know what I mean? And I can attest to that because I'm from another country, so I know I've seen both worlds. You know what I mean? And the situation is the same. The game is not like a Lloyd Banks or a Young Buck or a Kid or a Tony Yayo. You know what I mean? Those guys from G Unit that did not really grow under 50 Cent or after 50 Cent. You know what I mean? The game peaked with 50 Cent, and after he fell out with 50 Cent, he ended up getting other hits, a lot of hits after 50 Cent. You know what I mean? So this guy was no fluke. And a lot of persons want to give 50 Cent all the credit for the game's success. But at the end of the day, if 50 Cent is responsible for game success, why wasn't Lloyd Banks successful? Why wasn't Young Buck highly successful? He had a relative success, but not like Game. Why wasn't Tony Yayo successful? Why wasn't Kid successful? You know what I mean? So it's a very unfair things to say, and like haters will just be haters. You know what I mean? Yo, if a person is a hater, all you have to do is just give them a little taste. Give them a little taste of haterade, just a little bit, and they will formulate an ocean of haterade. You know what I mean? You can swim in that haterade. It's like an ocean of hate. Just give them one drip of that haterade, and they can make it into an entire world of hate. And that's what they have done to the game over a period of time, you know what I mean, to try to undermine or underappreciate his work. You know, so the game, he could have definitely performed at the Super Bowl. He has several songs he could have done on that show, you know what I mean, which would have been highly respected, and it was in California. No, to say that Kanye West did more for him than what Dr. Dre did in all of his career, being as Dr. Dre was the one that produced his first album, blah, 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 and gave him his first hits, we can never know. But from the outside looking in, it's easy to say, well, Dr. Dre did more, because if it wasn't for Dr. Dre, you wouldn't have broken, we wouldn't have known who is the game today. But we don't know what the deal is. You know what I mean? Kanye West is a billionaire. What if he gave the game some ownership shares in Yeezy? Right? What if he gave some ownership in Donda? You know what I mean? Donda Sports. We don't know. You know what I mean? So Kanye West is one of those persons who emphasizes a lot on ownership and equity. So if he gave the game some form of ownership or equity in any one of his multiple businesses, then you could see the game. Then you could see why the game would look at it like, well, then I've never gotten any ownership from Dr. Dre. I don't even own my masters and whatnot. And just working with this dude for 2 weeks, I now have ownership in this and I have ownership in that. We did a collaboration and I own the masters to this song. You know what I mean? I could see where he would say something like that. But from where we're standing, it's all speculation. No one knows because we don't know the deals that they're into or what contracts were signed or whatever. You know what I mean? But for like those people, like I saw this dude on Matt Hoffa's podcast recently, and he was talking that, hey, the game is only known in California. Man, shut the fuck up, yeah. If you've never been outside of the United States, you know what I mean, and grew up in another country, you know what I mean, and I've seen the impact of this man in another space, man, just shut the fuck up. And then he's from New York as well, and many New Yorkers, they think the world revolves around New York. No, the world does not revolve around New York. Yes, Wall Street may be impactful to the entire world. You guys are from those little tiny boroughs, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens. That's all you guys know. You know what I mean? But yet you want to tell yourself that you guys impact the entire world, and if you stop giving your opinions on this and you stop giving your opinions on that, the world is gonna fall. If you stop wearing a jacket, nobody else in the world will wear a jacket. It's not like that. It's not like that. Yes, New York made rap music or whatever, but rap music would not have existed if there wasn't reggae music. You know what I mean? The person who created reggae music is from Jamaica. His name is Kool Herc. You know what I mean? He went to New York and took our shit to New York and created rap music. You know what I mean? So New York dudes, man, just stop pretending like you know everything and it starts with you and ends with you. If anything, it starts with Jamaica and ends with Jamaica because Jamaica created almost every that is relevant today, from reggaeton to hip hop music to Afrobeat, dancehall, reggae, all of those things, EDM. All of those genres, they are from reggae music and Jamaican musicians. You get what I'm saying? So like, if anybody should comment on these things and whatever, let a Jamaican do it. Doesn't necessarily have to be me, but I know the music, you know what I mean? But let a Jamaican do it. But don't come and say that Game is a California artist, like he's only known in California. No, that's bullshit. I'm out.